Did you know that one of the most iconic hand campaigns of all time, Dove's Real Beauty campaign, was shaped by market research? Dove's research revealed that only 2% of women consider themselves beautiful, and this insight became the foundation of this campaign that challenged beauty and redefined how we see beauty in advertising. So today I'm going to show you market research and what it means in marketing and how it can be a game changer for any brand. So let's dive into some of the insights that you might need and how you can get started with market research for any of your campaigns. First of all, we're going to break down what is market research. At its core, market research is all about understanding your audience. It's the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about the people that you're trying to reach, competitors you're up against, or the trends in your industry. And here's where it gets interesting. Market research isn't just about collecting data. It's about using it to craft smarter, more effective marketing strategies. Think about it as the foundation of everything that we do as marketers. Want to create a campaign that really resonates with your audience? It starts with knowing who they are, what they care about, and how your product or service may fit into their life. And this isn't just theory, it's marketing science, because when you dig into consumer insights, you're getting real actionable data that informs everything from your messages to your creative approach. Without market research, you're flying blind and just making an assumption that might lead you to the wrong direction. And it's important that we really understand how to use marketing research as a weapon for marketers to help you move beyond guesswork and use data to make decisions that drive real results. And just because we're on hand in here, let's take a closer look, because there are two main types of market research that you need to know: primary and secondary research. Understanding the difference between these two is key to knowing when to use one or other in the marketing strategy. Primary research is about gathering original data yourself. Think about surveys, interviews, focus groups, basically anytime you're collecting your information directly from your audience. This type of research is incredibly powerful because it gives you insights that are specific to your brand, your product, and your audience. So I hear you asking, when should I use primary research? Well, primary research is your go-to when you need answers to specific questions about your target audience. For example, if you're launching a new product and want to understand your audience's preferences or pay points, primary research will help you get detailed first-hand information that you need. On the flip side, we have secondary research. This is about analyzing data that's already out there. Data collected by someone else. We're talking about industry reports, competitor analysis, case studies, anything that's been researched, published, and ready for you to tap into. Secondary research is great for getting a broader understanding of your market or industry trends. You would use secondary research when you want to get a lay of the land, understanding the market size or identify competitors, or see how customer behavior is across an industry or, for example, a specific field. The key here is knowing when to use each type of research. If you need insights from your own audience, then primary research is your best bet to start. But if you're trying to understand the bigger picture, or you want to start gathering insights from existing studies, secondary research is where you should head. The truth is, the best marketing strategies combine a bit of both. A lot of us start with secondary research to build foundation, and then use primary research because it can take more time to dive deeper into specific audiences' needs and products. So now that we know the basics of market research, I just wanted to brush off the 4 key areas that you can focus on as a marketer. These are the pillars that you would use when it comes to what am I actually going to ask him about market research. And it's all about your audience, your product, and how to connect them effectively. Let's start with the most obvious, but obviously essential area, which most of us will know, which is your audience. This research asks questions like, who am I talking about? What do they care? What challenges are they facing? And how can I help them with my product or services? One of the most effective and simple ways to get started is just to start asking. Don't knock tools like social media polls and questions like Instagram stories and LinkedIn polls, because this is a great way to get started as a marketer, to start asking directly your audience about preferences and pain points. Not only you get real-time feedback, but you're also meeting your audience where they're at on the faithfully social platforms. And if you do have an email marketing tool, that can also be a great place for you to start this kind of research. Now let's talk about demand. Are people actually looking for what you're offering? What is the market like? Understanding the demand for your product or service is key to knowing whether you're on the right track. To get these insights, consider going a bit deeper with email surveys or focus groups. Email surveys are a great way to reach out to your existing customer base or email list and understand their needs, while focus groups or interviews give you a chance to dive deeper into the mindset of potential customers. Focus groups are usually a selected close group of people that you ask questions to. You can even do this online on a Zoom call, or you can do just one-to-one interviews. But they're great ways to go deeper into some of the problems that your audience have. Now let's talk about your product. How well does it actually meet the needs of your audience? Is there a gap between what you're offering and what people are looking for? This is where really in-depth interviews are the best option. Sit down with somebody, especially potential customers or customers, and have a real conversation about your product. Ask them what they like, what they don't like, what they wish it was different. This type of interviews will give you qualitative data, which means data that can actually help you fine-tune your products and tie it better with the market needs. This is where I will step away from focus groups or group interviews to give people that one-to-one chance to share their thoughts and get this qualitative data, which basically means data that has highly rich in information that you can actually use and really speaks your customers' words. Finally, I want to addressing objections, like what's stopping your audience from buying or from taking the next step. This is very important to refine your messaging and overcome and tackle objections, right? For this, you can even go a bit differently and leverage customer communities or even online forums like Reddit, or niche-specific communities are goldmine for this kind of feedback, because you can see what people are saying, what questions they already have, and how you can address those concerns and on based on what they're already talking about. So this is where you're going to put your little investigator hat on and start going onto a little hunt. My top suggestion here would be to choose one type of research that you want to do and focus on one area first and give it one go before you continue and maybe you start expanding from it. So to bring it all together, if you were to tackle your next market research project, where would you start? Would you focus on understanding your audience better? Maybe you will look into demand for your next product, or you start to figure out what objections your audience has and focus on refining it for your product. Once you pick your focus, the next question is, which format would you use? Will you go for a quick social media poll to get instant feedback, an in-depth approach with an interview or a small focus group, or maybe use email surveys or start going into Reddit and see what people are saying? Wherever you choose to start, these are some of my best practices to keep in mind as you dive into market research. First and foremost, the KISS principle. Keep it simple. Make sure that your questions are clear and focused, especially when you're looking at surveys and focus group. And if you're using multiple choice questions, use sorry for what option. They're easy to understand. Also, avoid leading question because we want honest feedback, right? So questions like how amazing is our product are really not going to help. Change it to how would you rate your experience with our product? This way you get unbiased responses that really reflect your audience's feelings. And incentivize participation. If you're asking for someone's time, give them something in return. A discount, a freebie, an entry into a giveaway. Offer a small incentive that can boost response rates and show appreciation. Also, use a mix of open and closed-ended questions. While closed-ended questions like multiple choice make it easier to analyze data, open-ended questions can give you richer insights. A good balance between the two will give you a fuller picture of what your audience thinks. Start small and be consistent. Start with small steps. Maybe it's all about starting with a social media poll and an email survey, but keep it consistent. I would say every month, see what insights can you gather about your audience and which format you should go for. Because at the end of the day, market research is a continuous work. It will help you move from guessing to knowing, creating marketing strategy that really connect with your audience. So where will you start? Regardless of where you're going to go next, get your hands dirty, experiment with market research, because after all, practice makes more progress. Until next time, class dismissed.
Like what you just saw? That's just a taste of what we cover inside our short course. If this video sparked ideas, raised questions, or helped you see things differently, then the full experience is where you will really hit your stride, if I say so myself. Inside our course, we go deeper into a streamlined, enjoyable process that delivers actionable insights and aligns your team like never before. Also, this system works incredibly well if you have clients as well. Think about this journey as your ultimate guide to mastering impact audits, setting great goals and nailing milestones with confidence. So whether you're feeling overwhelmed by data, stuck in a rut, with inconsistent results, or just need a fresh approach to your audits, this training is designed with you in mind. We're looking at savvy strategies and data-driven insights. So no matter your experience, we'll be able to build a system together that is streamlined and delivers results. We offer bite-sized learning accessible in any device. Our lessons are designed to boost your skills faster, and then you can decide what to binge on next, just like Netflix, but for marketing knowledge. You get practical frameworks, real examples, and step-by-step guidance so that you can apply everything, not just absorb it and have fun doing it. Plus, when you join our short courses, you will also get access to our resource library packed with campaign ideas, tools, and even bonus materials in the AMS classroom. Access to our vibrant student community with exclusive events, networking opportunities, and other resources as well. And last but not least, personalized feedback on your projects from our expert team to help you excel in real-world applications. The AMS way is different, and we are not the only ones saying it. Our students back us up big time. Whether you're just getting started or leveling up with your marketing, this is your moment to move from ideas to action with support that actually matches your goals and what you're trying to achieve. So click on the link below to enroll, and I cannot wait to see you in class, because practice makes what? Progress.